All right. Nice.
Oh, look at that face. He looks so happy about it.
It's been a while, Chris. How does that Friday night beer taste?
Terrific.
You giving up Monsters or are you keeping the Friday night beers?
I'm keeping both.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Chris wants
boys and girls, live from Chicago, Illinois. We are here on a wonderful Saturday night. The weather out here is insane. This heat,
frightful for different reasons.
Yes, heatful. The heatful. Geez, the heat wave it's on right now.
It is
It's
hot.
more humidity than heat wave, I'd say.
And you know what? We're gonna start this off with I'm gonna say thank you for if you're a first time listener. Thank you for joining us. Please go to YouTube and subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Check us out on Podcast S&P, Twitter, Podcast S&P. You can reach us at the S&P Podcast at gmail.com. We have a lot of good things going on. So
Can they still like us on Apple?
yes, you can, I mean we're on all streaming apps. So please check us out wherever you
everything. YouTube, Apple,
Amazon,
Tubes.
Amazon,
Pandora,
Spotify.
Whatever the
all
European
of it.
Apple is, get us on there too.
yes. We're on 10 Cent Music. So just check
Is
us
that a
out.
real
Let us
thing?
no, it is. That's Chinese. That's the China Spotify. So that's the version of like where they do all their.
Do they translate or is it still in English?
No, that's where they like stream stuff. You know, Spotify is where we stream stuff. That's where they stream stuff.
Okay.
So again, if you're a first-time listener, thank you for joining us and checking us out. If you're a long-time listener, we truly appreciate you joining us again. We're gonna have a fun one tonight. We are proudly brought to you by Deal Tax and Accounting. If you're looking for an accountant, they're the guys to go to. We're getting close. I mean, next week, this is the last podcast in August of this year. So we'll see you guys in September next week.
We can do one on Tuesday if you want.
There
Get
you
another one in August.
we could definitely. So you know, if you're looking for an accountant, please check out dealandtax.com, or you can reach them at admin@dealandholdings.net. Please.
Okay.
Way to ruin the commercial.
I apologize.
I guess that's enough of the business, huh?
Yeah,
Chris?
we're done with your. We're
All
done
about
with your.
business.
We're done with your jabroni ass talking for the next 5 minutes. Got a text message here.
Yeah,
Did
he's
you
gonna-
say, did you say and?
Is the
Yes,
A,
you
is
can.
the A double thing an appropriate thing in the
Yes.
Okay, hit me. What do you got, Chris?
So, Mr. Anderson just sent me and Sexy Pepsi, who is also here with us this week again for the 20th time, a text message saying that he's hearing my voice coming out of Peter's computer right now. And he's like, I know I did not drink my dinner, and at that time I do not have me hear voices.
I didn't hear anything you said while
Peter's
you
get, Peter's getting those numbers up right now in Donna's
Tell him I'll stop it.
Yeah, so he's like, no, I don't drink
He
my
keeps saying, Alexa, please stop, but she don't stop.
You know,
Is that-
man, stop.
He's like, I know I don't drink my dinner, and the meds I'm on do not have me hearing voices.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Okay, well, just hey, why don't you text him? Tell him to say Alexa stop, and that stopped everybody who's on Alexa right now listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Start back up. We're gonna get that. That's how we're gonna do that every podcast. So they listen to it twice.
There you
Get
go.
the numbers up. Get the
That-
numbers
that-
up.
Boys, I am looking forward to this. So I'm not even going to wait much longer because tonight, the podcast decided, the Pregamers decided that we are going to get ahead of the group. We're going to start drinking the fall beers now so you guys know which ones to go for. And we're starting with Samuel Adams Weather.
We're doing the dirty work for you.
Yes,
I
we're
also
going to teach
I
you guys
pregame the
something.
pregame here. So.
We're biting
Yeah,
the
Pat's
bullet.
might be a little hot. But so we're doing
Oh,
some,
you don't say.
I mean, it's terrific. You know, you pass out all these great weather beers
Yeah.
from Sam Adams, and you give me Boston Lager, which is available year-round. The guys are great.
Would you like the glass or the bubbles going
Yeah,
up the top?
please. And you can explain to me for the 400th time on the same brew tour that I went with you why it makes a different sound on the cup or glass, Pat.
So I'm going to start with the Jacko Pumpkin Ale by Samuel Adams because I wanted to try this last year after the SNL skit, and it was sold out immediately.
Is that when Tom Hanks dressed up?
No.
Bill Burr.
No, you're thinking of David S. Pumpkins.
Oh,
dog.
that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
And wow. I actually really do enjoy. I'm as basic as they get.
Peter's the basic bitch of the group for sure.
I love pumpkin. I love the flavor for pumpkin.
I
And
had,
this
I
it tastes
had,
like pumpkin
I had
pie.
2 pumpkin cold brews this week, and man, I got the Trenta, like the big size.
Oh yeah. Have you tried the?
I haven't slept in 4 days.
Is the pumpkin different from the cold brew for now? Both Starbucks and Dunkin'? Are they doing a rival deal there?
Oh yeah, they all
Everybody
have
does,
Yes,
yeah.
everybody has.
But they both have the cold brew, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I've seen.
Yes,
I've
they
commercials.
both. Yeah,
Yeah.
Peter's gotten both of them. Peter, you can actually attest to which one
do
you
you
like
better,
better.
Peter?
It's a tough one. I haven't had the Starbucks one this year.
Yeah, you did. I got you
I-
the Starbucks one at the accounting summit.
Oh, was that cold brew with the foam?
Yeah.
Oh no, then it's Dunkin' all day.
Okay.
Then it's Dunkin'
I
all
don't
day.
I don't like.
The Dunkin' is the S&P podcast approved
Yes.
cold brew pumpkin.
Well, what do you
coffee.
think,
Well,
Joseph?
no, we may have Joe and Peter having to fight outside.
I feel like Peter's some connoisseur of coffee in this group.
Well, no. Joe likes his, but he likes the cold brews.
I only like cold brew or the nitro. I don't like warm or hot coffee.
You know, not to cut you off, but the funny part is my dad cannot drink cold coffee.
Yeah, I've never been.
You got the keys? There we go.
I don't like the Trenta Starbucks cold brew. I feel like once you get that too big, it like dilutes the flavor somehow, so it doesn't.
Perhaps you could get 2 mediums then instead.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Once you get too big, the volume or like the mix doesn't come in nice or tasty enough, and it's a little bit weird.
That's funny because tonight me and Chris and Sexy Pepsi went to Smoothie King. A shout out to Smoothie King. They do on Fridays at certain locations $5 large smoothies.
And they are
And
large.
The larger they get, it's not good. Like you need it to be.
There's some
Yes.
proportions. Are
Yes,
just
they
off.
don't know. They don't do them right. Yeah,
Yeah.
this
That's
small
why.
is-
I get a medium refresher when we go to Dunkin', because the flavor's the same, but they'll, when you get the
I
bigger
get what
one,
you're saying, though. Yeah,
The
no.
bigger one, they get it right every time, Pat Lynch. You just
You
gotta
get
get the right
That's
flavor.
because you get the peach, Chris, and they dump all the peach. Like, hey, somebody actually ordered this crap. Let's put it in there.
Okay, so Joe, So Joe's got the Oktoberfest.
I got the Oktoberfest, which I feel like we've had before. Have we?
I like their Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've had it, so I'll try that one
It's
next.
described as hearty and smooth. It's a lager. It's, you know what? It doesn't. If I didn't know better, I would not think this was like a fall beer. I would have just thought this was any other
Okay.
normal.
That's
beer.
it.
Like,
So it doesn't give you any hint that it would
That's
be
interesting
sweater.
because of all the October beers, I actually like Salmon Ice October beer the best, personally. My personal preference.
Okay, so Pat does like the Oktoberfest. I think we're gonna definitely
I'm
try
not
a
drinking it
lot.
right now, but I
Yeah.
do enjoy that beer.
We're gonna be.
Well,
we're
Pat,
gonna be.
why don't you tell us about your beer?
Yeah, what do you got?
I got
his
the.
is like the newest one, right? Like it's just this
Yes,
year.
it's on here. It says new beer. So
Yeah.
fest
It's a
beer.
seasonal fest beer, a smooth lager. Let me try one more time. I find it just kind of, it's fine, but it's nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's great? Getting Boston Lager.
How's the Boston?
You can
Lager
get it
taste?
any time of the
I
year.
would rather have the Boston Lager than this. I'll go say that.
Can I try that? Pat?
Yes, you may, Joseph.
Do you want it?
Yeah, I'll try some more of those. That beer I like.
I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna be definitely getting. Well, no, I'm gonna get my own.
Yeah, I prefer your
Oh,
show.
this has a bite to it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like nothing. There's nothing special about it. I would not seek out that beer. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's just not like.
I don't think I'm ready with 90-degree weather outside, 90-degree plus weather, that fall beers, the heaviness of it.
Let me say this for the feast beer.
Having said that, I'm also having Coors Pure Light beer for the first time. And
Oh, you weren't here when we tried it last time, were you, Joe?
No,
Did you listen to the podcast that we did try it on or no?
oh yeah.
no, you didn't. You just kind of zoomed through it.
Well, I mean, I have to listen.
So what are
know,
your
just
thoughts,
know.
Joseph?
I don't like it.
Do you think it tastes like a regular Coors?
Ooh.
Have you ever had a regular Coors?
I was thinking that, but no. This honestly, in all sincerity, reminds me of like Keystone Light or something like that.
Really, I thought it would taste more like Coors, like regular Coors.
It is. There's something about it that's
Yeah.
just like it's too light.
We need that genetically modified hops in the Coors Light that makes it so delicious.
I enjoyed it. I thought, if you're looking for, organic,
Yeah.
lighter, it definitely tastes more like Coors to me, like Pat was
Yeah,
saying.
I thought it tasted more like Coors. I thought it was one of those beers that you have a couple of them, but you're not having your drinking all night.
Maybe the fact that it's in a can versus a glass bottle is changing it up a little bit.
I don't think they
for
make that
me.
in the bottle. I don't
Yeah, they
believe.
do.
Are you thinking
Coors, I don't know if they make that.
Yeah, I'm saying
Coors.
the pure one. I don't
I
think they make
have no
it
idea.
in the bottle. I don't believe.
Isn't Coors Banquet? Isn't
Coors,
that-
yeah, the old.
that's the
Pat
OG.
thought you were talking about the Coors Pure being in a bottle. I don't think they make that in a
Oh,
bottle. Yeah.
but you're comparing this to Coors Banquet, right?
Yes,
like in the
correct.
small. Okay.
I think it tastes more like a Coors Banquet than a Coors Light.
Yeah, no, I don't get that.
I couldn't tell you the last time I had a Keystone.
It's just
Keystones are really
it's-
weak.
I say Keystone, not saying it, not that it tastes like Keystone, but it's very light like Keystone.
When's the last time you had Keystone? Just out of curiosity.
Maybe last year. I don't know. I don't like it though. It's
Next
too
week on the
light.
podcast, Keystone Light.
No,
Yeah.
hell no.
Absolutely not.
We'll get a 6 here, boys. Don't worry.
That was going to be one of our first things that we started with, was going to be work our way from
shitty beers.
You start with the really the garbage beers
Like
the low-
Ice House.
like Ice House, Natty Light, Milwaukee's Best.
That's kind of what this reminds me of. Like because it's so light,
But it's organic, Joseph.
man. It could be fucking from
No sugar.
Well, I just cussed.
Oh, son of a Joseph! Where are we at?
11 minutes.
Okay, so if you're new to the podcast,
Pepsi, go get Joseph a shot of Fireball from the basement, please.
if
He's
you're-
not taking
yeah,
Howler Monkey.
Yeah,
Or Howler Head here.
he's fine. We'll get him a nice drink.
Peter still owes a shot anyway, too.
Yeah,
So.
and Joe drove tonight. So we're gonna save the
Peter drove tonight too.
we'll save it for next week. But now I've lost my train of thought. Thanks, guys. Oh, if you're a first time listener,
Yeah.
in the first 15 minutes, if you swear, you have to take a
You are
shot.
punished.
Yeah,
You are
punished
royally
for it.
punished by a shot of Fireball. Let me tell you what, the Fireball that you have at bars, not the same Fireball that comes in this little, what is it, 3 ounce? 4 ounce? How many ounces is it in there?
It's
I think it's like 3. I think it might be like 3.5.
It's 3.5 ounces of hell. Let me tell you what.
It is thick. It's like syrupy.
And then when you put it on Peter's balls for half an hour, it's definitely not as good. Not as good.
I'm sorry. Are you
Worse.
sucking Fireball off?
No, Peter
Yes,
puts it by
yes,
his balls
he
and warms
is-
it up,
Oh,
and then he gives it to you.
Oh, that
Oh.
needed a lot of context for the reference
Yes.
that you just made there, because it sounds like
No,
you're,
I get what you're saying.
You're sucking off the
I'm not looking it off Peter's balls,
the
no.
sweet testicle of Peter McGraw and just like
The
milking Fireball.
The sweet. What have you
Yeah.
been?
Okay, so we can stop with that one now.
How about we give it a 5-second pause so we
yes,
can edit
yes,
this part
yeah.
out on Monday when we don't want to hear it again.
Jeez, boys. All right, so
This podcast X-rated fast.
yes.
Yeah, because of you.
The one thing I wanted to bring up though is Joe was saying, "Hey, this is not something I want to have in August when it's 100 degrees outside."
I
And
think it's just too heavy. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
That's
heaviness
like-
of
you know
it.
what killed me? Am I right here in the 294? There's a billboard for tree lighting festival in November and December. It is
I saw-
August 27th.
Yep.
We are not even close to Halloween yet. Are you kidding me?
You know what's funny? No, never mind. I haven't been to the stores lately, so I haven't really been seeing like. I also don't feel like because of COVID and all the stuff going on there that they haven't been like putting out the festive stuff. Like I feel like at this point, 2-3 years ago, you'd be seeing Halloween stuff everywhere. You'd have an aisle for
Well,
candy.
no, that's true. But
And I don't feel like I've seen that, but I also haven't maybe been out as much.
no,
I don't know.
I think it started in July.
But to
personally.
play devil's advocate, like when does Summer Shandy come out? Because it comes out
No,
like it ain't coming out. It's coming out in
Came
like
out
spring.
like
It's like
Chris
February,
Warren,
March,
like
right?
The end of February, early March,
Yeah.
where
They're
I
pumping
saw
that
that.
shit
I
out.
feel like they put that out though at the time it should go out. Like it's like a spring summer beer.
That's true. And you're right because you like who
I
does
don't know. February in Chicago is not warm.
No, there are times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
I mean, like you're getting
we're old
like
men.
this
That's
is
such an old man.
But
That's
I mean,
such an
this
old
is
man
the closer.
topic.
This is
Yeah.
you're at the end of August. You're close to September.
Yeah.
You're putting this
'Cause
out.
Labor Day is-
I feel like this is like the right time to put it out.
Oh, 100%.
And
Yeah.
normally here in Chicago, it's not 97
No.
degrees at the end of
Because
August.
Labor Day is like the end of summer, technically, right?
Yeah.
And it's a week away.
Yeah, unofficial.
Which
yes.
is fine, but
But global warming, I mean, it's been warm here. Like we played golf, like what, like in the middle of like October, easily, no problems.
We've
Wait.
played in November
Yeah.
a couple times.
which is fine. But all I'm saying is a tree festival, lighting festival
Yeah,
in
that's
August.
wild.
Are you kidding me? That,
No, they're advertising it for November, December, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are
city-
they
what
just trying to
city?
get people to be like, hey, sign up for this? So
It's a
that-
Christmas tree. That's what it was. It was a big old. It was like people putting like in their winter clothes, like dangling.
And what
Christmas-
city is this for?
It was in 294. It was here. It was Rosemont. I'm sorry.
Rosemont's
Yeah.
tree lighting ceremony. Okay.
Yeah, it was insane. Are you kidding me? I'm like, that's
Maybe that's the only
I
event.
thought
Maybe
this
that's
was
the only event between now and Christmas they had going on.
And it's funny because right next to that billboard, they're playing a baseball game.
Yeah.
The Chicago Hot Dogs are playing a baseball. It caught me so off guard.
Have you guys gone to a Chicago?
No, I want to though.
Was
I think-
Carlos Zambrano pitching?
I think tickets are like $10.
Yeah,
Frank
And
went.
it-
Frank went.
really
Yeah,
cheap.
Frank's gone. Yeah, and then you go right to the dude. We were so
can go-
this week.
yeah, across
This week
the,
we're just kind of let's our usual. Let's get recap last weekend.
Okay.
Much easier weekend. Last Saturday I didn't drive. We went out. We had nice burger.
That's what we did.
Oh yeah.
We had a
We
great
went
burger.
to,
A little bit of peanut butter.
you
Marshmallow.
You guys did some.
You know, we did the fancy one.
No.
They had one too many.
Chris had a
sweet items
caveman in
on
because he had no fork and knife.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
Kuma's Corner could maybe learn. I don't want to be rude, but you could wash a fork and knife for my man.
Everybody except Chris got metal utensils, and then Chris goes, "Can I get a knife and a fork?" And they go, "Oh, we're all out."
No, I went to the front.
You know, Pat went up front for
Yeah.
me and got me. And I'm like, because like we had asked the waitress. The waitress was like, "Oh yeah, we'll get you one."
Waitress like, "Go
and
fuck
just
yourself."
like bolted away from us.
Yeah.
It's like, go fuck yourself,
Yeah.
Chris. You ain't getting one.
And-
She's like,
And
like,
it's-
bang, bang, and bang.
then you went out. You went up to the front, and they give you plastic forks. and
Yeah,
knives.
she's like, oh, we ran out. I'm like, I wanted to be like, how do you run out of somewhere?
Yeah.
Do you not have a sink in the back? Like,
I
watch
mean,
that
the,
shit
the
up.
whole inside was complete. You know, I wonder if that's what it is.
It legitimately has to be that they don't wash their own because of sterilization.
Or they have like
Or-
a machine that they don't run. They don't
I
want to
wonder
run
if-
ahead of time.
I wonder if they don't have the staff back there to do it.
That's true.
You know, like they could have the cooks
No,
and the
1000%,
waitresses
yeah.
or the
then
waiters.
how do you calculate unless they don't want to take some?
We also were right at the end of the time.
Yes,
the
that's
kitchen
true.
closing.
I guess you can't complain as much.
Oh yeah, they do close kind of, but still, I mean,
No,
that's
remember the guy got our food order in before our drink order because he wanted to get the food in before. So they might have been really wrapping up, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
it
Chris,
was-
go fuck yourself."
It was a weird situation.
But and
Food was
then
delicious.
phenomenal. And then we went out and tried this like kind of tiki-ish Asian fusion bar, which was fun. And
Is it tiki-ish?
Oh yeah,
maybe
it
not.
was-
It's
It was,
like
it was
Asian Korean type.
Yeah, maybe not.
We could have got some
was it
cocaine in the
called?
bathroom.
No, it
if we wanted
wasn't. It was Mika's Tiger Place.
Yes.
Tiger's Lounge.
Tiger Lounge.
you
Yeah,
guys are
in River North.
to.
phenomenal.
With
brains.
optional cocaine in the bathroom.
I've been there 4 times.
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
wow,
I
that was
didn't-
weird.
Option and also getting telephone calls from Big Mike how to direct them downtown.
I meant Damon.
What I love is like, I don't know who went to the bathroom first.
It was me.
It was
Because they were the two. It was 2 guys in the stall. When I got in there was one guy in the urinal next to me and one guy in the stall. And then as I'm peeing, I hear the one guy be like, some other guy came in and they're all like, "Hey, come here." And at first I thought, is this guy talking to me? So I had to do
Yeah.
I had to do a turnaround. And I'm like, oh no, not for me.
Yeah. And so Pat
Thankfully,
comes
it was not for me.
Pat comes up, tells us his story. Goes, yeah, I think they were doing cocaine in there. And we're like, oh shit. And you see then you see the guys come up and they're just like,
Oh yeah.
playing with their nose, like, they go jacked up on Mountain Dew, just
Ready
feeling
to
it.
fight, yeah. And they
And,
were also look like they honestly could have been maybe 21.
Yes. They looked young,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, they looked, yeah.
Which is so we heard a story. I mean, cocaine was huge in the 80s. I think it kind of, I don't know why, but I think it kind of left the scene a little bit in the 90s. Not that I would know.
Crack, baby, crack.
Is in the night? Oh, it's crack in the 90s.
Oh, is that what,
Well,
like,
cocaine was really big for the rich people. Then they went to crack, which was an epidemic because it was for they cut it and they sold it to poor
Yeah,
people
yeah.
and ravaged inner
So,
cities.
so the
you
90s.
used to be able to see, and you could still look it up, there were advertisements in magazines for cocaine accessories, like mirrors that you would put cocaine on, or like
Little roll thing.
the little roll thing. Yeah,
In
yeah,
the
yeah.
80s?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You could. I mean,
If you
it
didn't have
was
a credit
like,
card, you could get a cutter.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
all those little things that you would use, you could find those in.
That's-
I think
Yeah,
2000s.
luxury
I think-
magazines, and they
yeah.
never really addressed them as that, but they're like for when you're at the party,
Yeah.
like kind of thing.
I think the early 2000s was Molly, and 2000 like the 2000 and 2020 was probably marijuana
yeah, I think
because
now,
as it was becoming legal.
and it's still like
Yes,
yeah,
marijuana
it's
is
still
so
on the
huge,
up and
but
up.
I think a lot of people, what they call now, what do they call it? Occasional coke users. Like they'll take a bump here and there.
Do you think Nancy Reagan was right? Now that we've legalized marijuana, it's the gateway drug, and people are going to the harder drugs now.
I
Is
don't
Nancy
know. but
Reagan still alive? No. Thank you.
I've seen a bunch of, I mean, in the last 2 years, I've seen a bunch of people doing cocaine. Like, not that I've, and in our early 20s, like cocaine was like, oh, what is this guy doing? That's
I
a
would
hard
be
drug.
so
I think it's so much more like.
I would be so scared to do it because, like,
With your big nose, yeah, I would too.
Well, yeah, that, and I'm scared that they would cut it with something.
Yeah, with fentanyl.
And you snort, and then all of a sudden you're dead. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Fentanyl's
Yeah,
a
you
huge
hear
thing.
about
You gotta
it.
be very, very
Now.
careful.
They used to cut
Yeah.
it with baking soda, which was fine. Which obviously you know some baking soda ain't gonna kill you. But now, yeah, they're cutting it with other shit. Like, and you really
That's the whole
mess it
problem
up.
with a lot of the drugs these days. Is why we see so many people aren't doing like fentanyl. They're doing other drugs. That
No,
are
they're doing
cut
other
with
drugs.
fentanyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fentanyl, too much of fentanyl.
That's what Bones, where they cut his creatine with. They cut
His cocaine with creatine.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Now,
And
fentanyl is like a painkiller, right?
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
very, very,
Like
very
almost like
heavy
an
duty.
opiate.
It's
Like-
It's a
No,
very
it's
heavy
higher
duty
than
one.
morphine.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah.
like
really?
fentanyl's supposed to be for when you're like dying.
What is
Like,
Oh, really?
it's like pain
Okay.
management.
We don't
when
even
you're
use
dying.
it. We don't even use it.
Yeah,
Like
it's meant for like when you're dying.
Assuming based on the fact that fentanyl gets cut with cocaine,
Yeah.
is it a powder? Is it, or is it like a liquid?
It's an IV drip when you do it. It's an IV drip when like you can get an IV.
But
drip.
I'm sure. But you can do.
I'm sure you can get like a
heroin
powder
as-
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes,
you
it
like?
is, but yeah.
Okay.
There's a documentary on HBO. I think it's called "The Crime of the Century." I believe it's called, and it's like about how like
Oh, the OxyContin.
the
stuff.
OxyContin
Oh,
and like
God.
fentanyl and how those things have been pushed down
Yeah.
people's throats. Now they use doctors.
Yep.
They
They had
doctors
a- they-
abused
they-
it and stuff. Yeah.
They showed John Oliver did a thing.
Yeah, it's really worth watching. It's only like a couple hours, but it's really interesting to watch. It's really crazy. It's
I
really
think I read
crazy.
something on
John
that.
Oliver did something on it, and they showed because like they've been sued, and they're trying to figure out how to pay like the farm like the
But they made so much money.
John Oliver got sued?
no I'm sorry the family of like the big pharma, one of the big pharma companies like that was is
Pushing
being
this stuff.
yes
Yeah, they
being
owned
sued
it. They owned it. Yeah.
and so they're trying to figure it out, and John Oliver was trying to like show how bad this deal is going to be for everybody, but like they're only giving like $1 billion, and it only sounds like they're only giving $1 billion away.
Which
They
is
made
nothing.
they're worth $10 billion.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
should they?
the sales are like woo through the
Yeah,
roof.
and the thing is, should they even be allowed to keep $1 billion? Like,
Yeah.
there's emails of like the family being scared that they were going to be completely broke, and the lawyers have brokered this deal that's really kind of garbage. Like they don't admit any guilt, anything like that. But then they show videos of like these corporate events where they like do like songs to like sell Vicodin.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
sell
yeah, yeah.
Vicodin.
They do like rap, rap music
Oh,
to
yeah.
sell like OxyContin and shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it's about like convincing doctors to prescribe. They talk about how they convince these doctors. Like there's like three kinds of doctors they break it down to. Like doctors are like good doctors who don't like prescribe shit that you don't need. And then there's like doctors who are kind of like looking at their bottom line and they're like, hey, you can make a lot of money in this if you prescribe it. And then there's like piece of shit doctors who are like pill mill guys.
Yes.
They'll just
A lot of that in
they'll
Florida.
prescribe you whatever.
These shit doctors, kind of like the guy who left his fiance or wife in Greece. And,
Yep, that guy.
And
Yeah.
the guy in Indiana.
That dude, yeah, for sure. So like,
The sinus doctor.
but if you think about that, 2 of the 3 doctors right there are going to prescribe OxyContin because A1 it's profitable and B because you don't give a shit. So there's only like a third of the doctors out there that are actually caring for you how they should be.
Yep. And
Wow.
and here's the other thing is how many people are going to how many people are going to question their doctors? I think people are now more and more willing to question doctors, but back early in the 80s and 90s, people didn't like
the
understand.
Dr. Death thing was something this week. Like
Yeah.
nobody questioned him.
Yeah.
No.
It's insane.
The
But those things are so highly addictive, like OxyContin, Vikings. People who are normal individuals, like kids, teenagers, who have
Yeah.
who tear the ACL playing
Yeah.
high school football,
Yep.
then become heroin addicts.
It's like a mother. There's one that was like a mother of 4 had a car accident.
Yep.
Like she wasn't her fault. She's got
Yes.
destroyed a car accident and then had she became addicted to OxyContin and died
Yeah.
because of it.
Insane.
Jesus.
when my dad a couple of years ago he was working construction. He got like a tiny like crossword, like the crossword squares, like a size of piece of metal like that size got shot into his eye, right? And so he had to get that like surgically removed. But he was worried about taking
Yeah.
painkillers,
Yeah.
so he didn't take anything
Yeah.
for it.
But
I
a
wouldn't
lot of
either.
people don't do that. They see the doctor prescribe you. I can take these, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna take what the doctor tells
Yes.
me. They don't think about, well, do I need it? Like, am I feeling like I need this?
Yeah.
They
I think
they take a prescription because the doctor tells them to take them, and they're like, okay, I'll
Yeah.
take one every 2 hours. And next
My-
thing you know, you're addicted.
my dad saw it a lot, especially in construction. Like people
Oh,
get
yeah.
addicted to it for any number of reasons, and then he's like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that.
Normal people getting hooked on that.
But
Like,
a lot of people don't have a
It-
lot of people, you prescribe the thing and they think like the doctor says take 2 every 2
Yeah.
hours. You take them. Like that's what you do, right?
I love how this podcast never is on a high note. We're always driving it in, baby.
Yeah.
Well, hey, listen. So
Can we talk about Afghanistan next? Let's talk about
we
Afghanistan.
might get there at some point, but
Oh, Jesus.
no. Actually, one thing I want. So we
here
have
we go.
we have a fantasy draft tomorrow, and I know no one wants to hear like everybody's
sure we do.
like their fantasy football stuff or any of that shenanigans. But I thought it would be interesting to kind of like get how people do their because Joe's gonna be in one this year.
This is a great question because for the first,
How do you do your research?
Just like I got 1 week, baby. Teach
that
me.
is
So-
because the
yeah.
one time I did it before, I was in a league where you guys weren't in it,
Uh-huh.
so I was able to like just
Yeah.
pull you guys. I remember we were in Gavin's backyard, and I was like, "Who do I get?
Yeah. So-
what
so-
should I get next?"
Yeah. So my thought
This is
really
a great
quick.
question.
So how like and I really thought because over the years I've literally grabbed the book and I went to the draft parties and then I haven't had any I've not had any really good success. And the other issue is I don't listen to enough sports radio anymore to know really a lot of the guys. So I was like, well, I would consider myself maybe lower to middle of the road. Chris to be in high end, Pat to be in high end, and then them. I definitely see Chris and Pat definitely having very different views on how to research. And then Joe kind of being the new guy, seeing what have you decided to do?
So I was,
And this is like mostly a male podcast, I'm betting. So this is going to help any guy who's
We
new.
have tons
either-
of female listeners. What are you talking about? Tons. They
if
love this talk.
If they saw how good Joe was,
It's a
looking
get to
tonight.
know your man podcast. What is my man really thinking about? This is what he's thinking about.
So Joe, why don't we start with you? What or you want to
I
hear?
literally
them?
have no idea.
So okay, so
I was-
have you done anything for next?
Joe's like
Saturday?
I pick a name and I like the name. That's what I pick.
I saw because we're in the group chat. I saw everything's finalized. It's happening at Brian's.
Yep.
I saw that and I go, oh shit, I got to start doing some research. And I was just going to use the internet.
Okay.
So you could have come tomorrow and got some first hand knowledge.
Oh
here.
no, I would no. There's no. I've come to a bunch of those.
Yeah, but you're just drinking and eating, Joe. If you stop the food so much, you can pay
Listen,
attention.
I ask tons of questions when I'm at that thing. I'll talk to Chris. I'll talk to
it's good.
Peter. I'll talk to everyone. I have not retained. There's no.
Joe's like Anderson Silva, first round pick.
Yeah.
So you're thinking. So I'll give you what I'm doing right now because I think I'm kind of a little bit in your boat. I do understand, like, not that Joe doesn't understand sports, but I do listen to and
Well, there's
sports
clearly,
radio. My goal was to, you know what I did? I went to YouTube, and I think a lot of people do this in life in general with a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
You YouTube everything. But
Yeah.
I went to YouTube and I first looked at kind of some new strategies that guys were doing. Like, what are the 2021 strategies? Like, because I'm used to like the old school where you don't take a quarterback to the later rounds.
Well, this is the only thing I know is that depending on the round,
Yep.
that's when you're picking certain positions.
Yes.
Like, I remember going to Pat's draft, like these draft things, and some guy would pick someone out of and they'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you grabbing this guy and this? And having no context. So what is the old mentality?
The old mentality, I think, when Chris, you can tell me, we've been doing this for a while. You can tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I think it was, I think it used to be load up on running back because running backs were like a number one running back was hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
Receivers were good, but there's so many receivers, you'd be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tight ends, you take a tight end, you take a quarterback, you take a defense, and a kicker way at the bottom.
I always knew defense
Yes.
and kicker were like one of the last
Yes.
things.
And I think now, I think it's still, you don't worry about a kicker, don't worry about a defense. You can even call what they call streaming, where every week you figure out what.
Steaming.
Oh,
Steamer. Not streaming.
I think I heard it was.
It's not streaming. It's steamer. Like you get a
well,
steamer.
you know what? We got Google for that. But whatever that.
Steamer doesn't sound right.
The
either.
steamer pick like the guy's on a hot roll, and that's you pick him. Streaming.
No,
is
I'm
like,
talking about every week a guy will go to the waiver wire
Yeah,
and he'll
you
pick.
pick a steaming defense. Like a good matchup.
Oh, I guess that might make sense.
Like it's a steamer.
Oh,
like it's
why
a
steaming?
steamer choice. Like
What
it's
the hell's steamer to that?
I just
What are you steaming?
Yeah, like they're on a hot streak, so you pick them because they're
Steaming, maybe?
Yeah, steaming. That's what I'm saying.
You
Steaming.
sound like you're saying stream or no.
You said streaming. I said steaming.
I don't know what I thought you said then.
These are weird words to be using. You picked the
But okay,
defense that's
so
hot.
I can tell I really
That's
confused
basically the equivalent is hot.
So I felt like Joe's eyes like glazed over.
I just heard
Okay.
I heard steaming and streaming, and I just thought of a Cleveland steamer,
Got it.
and I was like, both are shit. And
Joe's like, I love it.
Yeah.
Here you go. What is streaming? Streaming in fantasy football is a strategy in which an owner constantly changes out players rather than using players on a
What's
video.
steaming?
Steaming is a flaming pile of shit because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I love it. Tell me about fantasy sports, Joe, please. Tell me more
We're
about
not
what you know.
getting into how you draft style. I just want to know how you research. So
Yeah.
and I like
Mine
where
is
we
gonna
went.
have-
Everything
The
that comes
internet.
up literally changes it to streaming.
Maybe I've been missing it all this time. All these years.
Wait, Pat, can you say that again? Were you wrong? Pat, wait. Can I hear that?
I hear steaming options all the time. So
Can
maybe I'm wrong.
wait, did I hear that? Can I write? I quote this day, August 27th. What time is it, Patrick?
8:24 p.m.
8:24 p.m.
Damn,
Patrick
Pepsi,
Monroe
you sounded different.
has first time I ever think I've heard it. I'm wrong.
You can't blame them too much. There's a one letter
One
difference.
fucking letter.
You can't really blame them.
Okay, so that's how I think the old, and I think the new style is. It's definitely usually the first round. Depending on where you pick in the first round, get a running back, get a good like a top tier running back, and then it's like the next three rounds are receivers. Try to get a top 5 quarterback if you can, and then later rounds you try to pick up running backs.
Is that your strategy?
No, I'm saying that's what I've things I've seen.
Yeah.
And then we're not talking strategy. I just want to talk. What are you doing for research? Because I thought that was very interesting to me. It was like if you're not really,
I'm gonna be
you're
using
not
it
into it day to day. Like what are you doing?
I honestly contemplated, based on previous years, I saw a lot of people with magazines, and a lot of people would get like these, fantasy draft kind of guides, that you would go to and get at Walgreens or wherever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that, and then I thought, well, I don't even know what would be a good one. So I was like, I'm just going to use the internet. Like, I'm definitely going to be looking at ESPN articles.
I'd love to hear because you're year in year out. You're very consistent. You're not like you've never won like I think you've won.
I've won a couple times. I've always placed in the. I've always
You never won
been
any
like-
money, dude. Or no,
No.
you're in the top 3.
Last year he was
Top
in the
3. Okay,
three,
but
at least
you're
one
very
year.
consistent. Like I've never seen you really at the bottom, unless major injuries. So what do you do going up to? And I don't want to hear your strategy. I just want to hear. Do you do any type of research, or is it just like, hey, I all year round I know NFL?
The one thing I tend to do is I look at I pay attention to who's in and who's out. Like injury wise, like I always know if somebody's injured for like the whole entire season when they're coming back. That's a big thing I try to look at
Before the draft.
I want to know
That's good.
I want to know if somebody's eligible, what they're doing, and most of the time that's pretty much my research. Is like that. I try not to go like looking at like who's the sleeper pick or who's this or who's that. Like if I see like an article that intrigues me, like okay, I'll click on it, I'll read about it, and I'll pick up a few names, but I'm not going out of my way to like hear what other people have to say. Like I just pick the team like that I want to play. Like I pick.
Okay, how did you come up with? Because you had a very good last year in our one league. You had you had the stud receivers.
Yes.
Now did you? Because
So
Jerry,
Jared's luck too.
yeah, no, which and I would
Oh,
like to hear
a
that.
big part of it is
No,
It's all luck,
and
basically.
Yeah. Well, no, you're right, but I mean, when you pick 3 top receivers, that's and they were bottom.
And
or
to Chris' defense, if John Gruden wasn't a piece of shit, he'd have a top running back too.
there you go.
Whatever. But
How did you come up with Jerry Jeudy?
Jerry Jeudy, I heard about. I like watching ESPN, watching NFL games. I heard about him.
Rookie wide receivers are very risky up and down.
He heard
But
Steve
they are.
A.
But like
Smith
I
say
took a risk. The other thing is just like
And then he showed some boxing moves.
the great thing is like we have that draft with Pat all the time,
Dick punch.
and like I'll watch people draft there.
Okay.
I'll talk to Pat. I'll talk to Frank. Just get an idea. Like Pat's like, oh, I'm looking. Like I'll just talk to Pat. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Like he's like, well, I'm drafting here, and like I don't want to tell you, but I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna go over and run over to Peter and tell him what you're doing because other things. But like he's like, oh, I'm looking at Deontay Johnson. He's looking like, and that's I literally like.
So word of mouth. That's good. That's good. That's
I do have a question.
Hit me, baby.
Because at this point, positions for picking, I'm assuming are done. At least the one that I'm in, positions are
Ours
set.
is set. Mine was set at the end of last year. So.
Okay, so there's even like a strategy to if you can pick your position in some manner.
I don't mean to cut you off, but the way Max did it in this league is where the draft order wasn't picked. It was you were picked in line to pick where you wanted to draft. So if
Yes.
you're number 1, you can pick 1 through 12.
1 through 12.
And that's not normal. in
That
most
is
leagues.
not.
No.
Okay.
Usually it's based on how you finished last year in most leagues.
Okay.
So like the shittiest team will pick first. The first team will the best team
So
will
like
pick last.
if we were doing like Pat's league, I would have picked like 10th.
But I have one caveat in my league is that we have a loser bowl, and the loser bowl winner gets the first pick.
And then you go, and then
So
then it goes from
literally
reverse
the
order.
worst
No,
player.
all the worst teams, like the top 6 teams make the playoffs. The bottom 6 teams make the loser bowl, and the winner of that loser bowl, so it can be all the teams in the bottom 6. Whoever wins that will get the first pick. So you could be the 6th
Oh,
seed, or you
okay.
could be the first seed.
I got
and
it.
you still get the 6th. You get the first pick, and then after that, it goes based on the tiebreakers and stuff.
So
Goes upwards.
in your league, with that being the 6th seed, say like Peter has the second worst record,
Yeah.
and he gets bumped out the first week in Loser Bowl, and say
He's not dropping farther than 2.
he's not dropping farther than 2. Okay, so he wouldn't end
So
up being
like,
6.
on the tiebreakers, I had the second worst record, so I didn't drop past 2.
Okay. That's what. That's
We
what I'm
had
trying to
3
figure.
teams, and I had
Okay.
the shittiest tiebreakers by far.
So only the person who wins it could possibly move up to get number
Discussions
1.
we can have tomorrow, baby.
Uh,
I'm just kidding. Pat, do you want to give us just a little bit? Because Pat is home run, or Pat is way at the bottom.
Yeah, and my strategy is probably a little hit or miss. I look at a couple of things.
Research, though. I don't care about your strategy.
Yeah,
I just wanna know
but
how
I'm
you
saying
research
like
it,
my
baby.
research. I follow the NFL year round, so I know. I always watch free agent movements to see where they go,
Okay.
to see like his players.
You're all in. So this is what. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
where me and Joe would have a lot of issues because I love sports, but I am not into.
So I always see who's moving to where free agent wise.
That's true. You're always on top. Like literally, you had Lawyer marketing
Yeah.
moving today. Like
And then I'm looking at what's my phone just tells me. So I look at those things. I look at
it must be nice to have apps on your phone.
I look at. I also pick teams that I think are going to be good on offense,
Okay.
generally speaking, and I try to target guys that I think are going to be on those teams that'll be good. And I also, if not that, I also look at teams that might be where there's one guy that's going to be a lion's share of either running backs or receivers that are going to be, or tight ends, quarterbacks even too, like that are the focus of an offense. Even though they might be a great team, they're going to get a ton of volume. So I look at those.
Something
are
like an Allen Robinson.
yeah, those are the things I look at. I look
Okay.
at.
Hey, Joe.
So there's 3 things I look at basically. Those are the 3 things I look at.
I will add this. So during football season, it's the only time I listen to any sort of sports talk, radio, or podcast or anything like that. And I will definitely be doing that. So podcasts or streaming, anything that like streams online, I'll definitely be listening to.
I could
to
not
get an idea of like what's going, because otherwise I don't really watch football, like at all.
And I also look at depth charts. I look at before the drafts. I always look at who's the top of the depth chart.
So
That's a good call.
Joe, a depth chart is where like each player's on the team. They're looking at Josh
their
Jacob.
value?
Josh Jacob is supposedly the number 1 running back for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, okay.
But like on the depth chart below him,
Colin Kaepernick's pretty high on Madden. I might get him.
but underneath him is the guy from Arizona,
Kenyon Drake.
Kenyon Drake, and he could possibly usurp him. So like you're looking at the depth chart to see where they're kind of at. It really helps with wide receivers.
You
Okay.
like
You see where like your number 1 and number 2s are.
I have a complete.
So wait, so let's go on this
and you like guys that have a backup that is not a threat.
Yes.
Okay. So again, I was just looking for research. I love
Yep.
your strategies, but I'm.
That was my strategy.
That is a research item.
It is, and also, yeah.
It sounds like a strategy, but it's
You got to look at the depth chart as a research item.
So how many? I just want to know. What do you think in hour wise? What do you guys like? I just want to see like what's the like average. Like what do you guys out of this group? Like what are you putting time wise into it? If it's even an hour, researching. That's
Research.
I don't dedicate time before the draft, but I feel like I've looked at it throughout the course of the year, and then I kind of know things that are going on. And I guess I stay in tune to the NFL's up and downs. I'm not sitting there doing mock drafts. I've done 0 mock drafts. Like
I'm not. Yeah, no.
What's the point of doing a mock draft if nothing's
to
going to
kinda
happen
get a
between
feel
now
for
you
and
can
what-
see where players go, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
you get an idea of like who won't be available at what point.
If I'm picking 12, who's been picked for me?
I will definitely. To answer your question directly, between now and Saturday, I could easily see myself putting in like 3 hours plus of research.
This is the first year I've done that.
Only because, one, I don't know how the fuck this whole thing works, so I'm gonna have to learn how fantasy works and pointing and I've heard like PPG or
PPP leagues.
Yeah,
I've
whatever.
also done 2 drafts last weekend, so that's a big help too.
That helps you a lot. Yeah.
Usually my draft is the first one, so it's kind of the beta tester. Now I've kind of seen where things go, so I feel like those two are gonna help me with drafting.
I'll start listening to podcasts too this week about like sports talks, and I'm sure it'll be
YouTube it up,
popping
man.
off. Yeah,
Just gives you a good idea.
100%,
You know, it helps you with a little bit of sleep. So I probably put in. I can't watch longer than 30 minutes on fantasy football though.
I'll listen while I'm working.
That's what
That's what I'll do.
But I can't do more like 30 minutes, and I'm like, I'm out. I can't handle it. But yeah, so I think I put in about 2 hours. What do you think, Chris?
Mine's very minimal. Like,
yeah,
I don't like.
I've done that, and it just is never. It's never
I feel
gone
like
well for me.
you constant or
Yeah,
like
Chris is like me where you
consistently-
pay attention to the
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
It's the difference between like listening to it all year round and then kind of like cramming for a test the day before.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's what I used to do.
That's why I watch for ages, because I know where players move around to, and I can see what situation they're
I
going to
mean,
be in.
Pat's draft literally helps out a lot because normally the one we do is the week or like literally the Sunday before or Saturday before. So you find out where
Here's an
players
important question: when does the football season start?
are.
2 weeks
week
from-
from Thursday.
Yeah.
A week from Thursday.
This coming
That's
Thursday.
Except for
good
Labor
question.
Day,
You know what?
right for Labor Day
That's a
always.
great question, because guess what, boys? Guess what's coming back for a second season?
The Joe Canita Lock of the Century of the Week.
Yeah, the
NFL edition.
This past
And more importantly,
off season's been real.
more importantly, what's coming back though is Chris's Tig O Biddies.
I'm gonna have to restock the old betting account, boys.
The people are excited for the Tig O Biddies to be freed.
Are we doing that? What is it? That 5-pick?
If it's on CBS, I will do it again, Chris. I will look it up.
Oh, that's a good movie. Yeah. You know what? What did we? When did we start this podcast? Does anybody know the actual date?
We are
We are. The thing about this way, Peter, we're on episode 46, 7,
47.
and there are 52 weeks in the year, Peter.
Wow. But no, we've done a couple extras.
Yes, we have
We
done
did.
a
I
couple
think we've done
specials.
We did
two extras.
We did. I think we started this in October.
I don't think we did any extras.
I think we started off the last
Christmas
season.
one.
Yeah, we did. We did the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Okay,
and we did
so what extra?
St. Patrick's Day.
So 2 extras.
And I think Christmas. We did a Christmas one.
Wow, that's so weird that I knew exactly how many extras we did.
Wait, how did you know? There was 3, right?
I thought it was 2.
Or it might be 2. I don't think we did one for St. Patrick's Day.
No, we did. St. Patrick's Day got split into 2.
Yeah.
So that would mean
Because we
that
talked about
Yes.
plans for
yeah,
St.
yeah.
Patrick's and then the stories.
So that would mean in 5 and 3 episodes we're at a year.
I'm gonna go back to this and just
Wait,
tell you
why?
right now.
Why do you think that?
Because you
Because
said
we're at 47, so
we
then
have-
it's 5, wouldn't it?
First episode
so
was
then 7
published.
episodes we're in a year from now.
First episode was published November 7th.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got time. Wow, that's awesome.
And
So
it's sexy baby to listen to all of them, and we love him for it.
I'm excited for. I'm truly excited for the football season. I think it's gonna be good, and I've done some research, so I feel better. Like I always hate.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like overly competitive, but I hate that I didn't know.
I don't want to get slaughtered.
Yes!
That's my thing.
Yeah. So
Like,
I thought it was
don't-
interesting. I thought it was an
I
interesting
don't
topic.
think I'm going to recoup my money in fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
If I pick every single week in pick'ems, I will definitely make my money at least.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I have with football is that like I'm in so many leagues that I used to try to like differentiate my teams.
So wait, okay, how many fantasy leagues are you doing?
This year it's 5,
And then how many pick'ems are you doing?
just the one.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just in one pick.
Oh, actually, I have 2. Actually, I have 2 pickups.
You have 2 pick'ems. So how many fantasy?
The one's different. The one's just a straight winner loss.
I'm just in 2 leagues in the pick'ems.
2 and same with you.
But that's too much. I almost think
Actually,
because
I
I
mean,
don't have a loyalty to anything.
If you count my quasi team with Peter, I'm at 6 then.
Jesus.
I don't have any.
I can't get out of
loyalty.
these couple leagues I'm in. I can't get out.
Wait, why not?
That's way too much for me.
I don't know. I keep trying, but I can't get out.
Hey, I
didn't know
appreciate you guys playing with it. 'Cause
I didn't
like
know you
that
had
research.
friends outside of the circle.
Why do you think he's so lit tonight? Man's going out.
I actually
Man's
agreed,
man on the
I agreed
town.
I agreed to a 7th and 8th one a couple hours ago. I don't even know.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
That's not lies.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
joke. That's a joke.
Okay, because
That's a joke. That's too many. I got a problem.
What
Next
is it?
week on the
Hey,
podcast.
bananas.
Next
Okay,
week on the
listen.
podcast intervention of my
Not a
basketball.
addiction to have.
yeah, exactly.
At least then you're.
That'll keep Katrina happy.
Yep.
So tonight we're doing a couple first. Joe didn't get to try the Coors
Coors Light
Pure, and he
Or
hasn't
Coors
got
Pure. Sorry.
Coors Pure, and he didn't get to try the Howler Howler had bourbon whiskey.
It's because Joe tried to have a life outside the podcast.
Do you
Really.
think it can't be called bourbon unless it's made in Kentucky?
Yeah. There's like strict rules as to.
Yep.
Wait, why is this? It says Charleston, South Carolina. What do you think?
I think.
So is Jack Daniels
Well,
whiskey
it's
then?
kind of like
Because
calling.
it does say Kentucky straight bourbon, but it says bottled by or produced by Woodler Brands, Charleston, South Carolina.
So it's kind of like champagne, where technically champagne can't be champagne unless it's produced in
France.
Champagne, France.
Okay.
And it's the exact same thing here. So it's like, I don't want to say it's snooty, but it's kind of like, it can't be bourbon
Here
unless
you go.
it's coming from...
All whiskey is a spirit made from fermented grain and then aged in barrels. Per the American Bourbon Association, in order to be classified as bourbon, a whiskey needs to be distilled from a mixture of grains or mash that's at least 51% corn.
Is that the
Oh,
ABA?
so it's not a
corn.
location thing.
That corn gives bourbon
Okay.
its distinct sweet flavor.
Is that the
Thanks,
ABA?
Chris.
The
Thank you.
Hey,
American
we
Bourbon
want to give
Association?
Joe cheers on this one.
Cheers, thank you.
Chris-
Hate bananas.
This-
Fucking hate it.
Joe, I said this whiskey was BANANAS. Bananas.
I don't want any more of that garbage.
It's
hate
it's
bananas.
nice. You really don't like bananas.
Do not.
Chris,
fucking
do you
hate
not
it.
like bananas?
Chris, which one do you like
Wow.
best? Bananas or tomatoes, Chris? What do you think?
That tastes like...
Tomatoes.
You get rid of tomatoes or like tomatoes?
Hey guys, can
I
we
hate tomatoes.
God, Joe, give me the review, please.
That, I have a follow-up question to that. That tastes like... Do you remember, like...
Banana bread, Sunday morning?
No, I mean, it tastes like the banana flavor.
The Laffy Taffy, kind of.
Yes.
It's a hot
Yes.
Laffy Taffy.
It's that, and then you get that burn of,
Yes.
of it. But it is 100%.
It's like
You
a-
could give Chris the dirtiest, nastiest whiskey. He won't make a face. You
As
give
soon
him
as-
a
as soon as it's
flavored
like-
whiskey, and his
yeah.
face like, ugh.
I don't think I could have multiple glasses.
No,
of
I
this.
think, like I said, I think this is a dessert, like a dessert.
Yeah.
whiskey.
What do
You
they
have a very
call
nice-
that? After dinner?
A
Look
liqueur.
at this.
Not a liqueur.
Digestive.
Isn't it?
Digestive. That's
Oh,
yeah.
there you go, Pat.
Yep.
So Joe, you wanted to say something to?
Oh well, I had a question. So you don't like tomatoes?
I don't like tomatoes. I don't like bananas.
Is it for both of those? Is it a texture thing or is it a taste thing? Because
I'm tomatoes. Like I
have
can
follow-ups to tomato.
Tomato, I can do like ketchup, tomato sauce, stuff like that. But
Okay,
like,
so that's-
like just
yeah.
like tomato in its regular form, cannot do. Banana is like a banana and its flavoring. I'm just not a fan of.
So okay.
So I don't like banana bread. I don't like banana. This banana.
Bananas
flavored
clear cut.
Yeah.
Nothing banana.
Nothing.
But
Oh, I love
you can do
bananas.
pasta. You can do ketchup.
Does
What is
pizza.
tomato
We
sauce?
know he does pizza.
With and it's yeah.
Tomato sauce. Yeah, I can do that.
So, what is it then? Is it a taste thing? Is it a texture
For
thing?
bananas.
No,
it's-
for I don't give a shit
for-
about
but
bananas.
yeah,
You-
bananas.
you're
is a-
clear
bananas
cut
a whole
on
entire-
bananas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bananas a whole.
But
Just
the
like
fact that like something tomato is
tomatoes,
okay and
yeah.
some are not.
tomatoes
I'm just
by
curious.
itself, like it's a whole entire texture thing. Like just
Okay.
like when you cut open to it, you got like that runny, the
Yeah,
runny
the
inside- that-
bit with the seeds
tips-
and
yeah.
the goopiness.
But
yeah.
also, if you think about it, tomatoes, like the actual tomato,
That's fucking weird.
yeah,
Take a
tomato.
sip into that.
Because
Because I expect that bite of
Yeah.
whiskey,
You
but
get it
it's
at the end.
so
It hits you
sweet
yes.
in the beginning.
If you think about it, tomato, like when you eat a tomato, it's not like pasta sauce, pizza sauce, ketchup. They're all sugared and
Oh,
sugared and
absolutely.
processed up. They're not.
Oh.
Like when you have a real tomato, it's oh my god. I used to
Oh.
as a weird kid. My
Oh.
dad has a garden. I used to eat tomatoes like apples.
That's how
Yeah.
That's I would do that too. My dad.
I love tomatoes.
That's how you get to be 6'6" tall, kids.
our
Not
aunt,
my cup of tea.
our
I'm not gonna
aunt
lie.
used to, or still grows. I just got a bag of them, and
Oh,
Sarah's
that's
gonna
awesome.
make a nice pasta sauce out of them. But my aunt has grown tomatoes since we were kids. My dad used to just slice those sons of bitches up, throw a little salt and
little
pepper,
Oh.
and just eat them up.
Oh, baby, I haven't
Yeah.
eaten today. You're talking to
And it
me.
was- dude,
So you're
yeah.
talking dirty over there, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into. So Joe thinks it's a little weird. Chris was a absolute champ.
I do like it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I would
Can I
have
get a
this
sip
if
of
somebody
this?
wanted
No,
to
you
have
can't.
it.
You can't touch it.
because there's nothing left of that.
Because I took the last one.
Yeah,
mother.
no, I'll wait for him. Don't worry.
He doesn't want your COVID.
So if this is your first time listening, this is the second week we're doing this. We are doing Joe's stories. Joe's is definitely not heard in a week.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We test if we've heard it. The rest of us heard it now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard one from
Last week,
One
so
last
yes.
week. I knew one.
Wait, was there something? Oh, Chris,
I want to know.
Do you
milk.
want to hear the funny conversation me and Joe had? So
We're all
we're all Snapchat friends, and that's one thing this Saturday night pregame doesn't have. But if you want to,
let us know.
Check us out on Podcast S&P for Instagram and Twitter, where we have a ton of content every day, having a good time. But so Chris is a lover of Monster.
Love it.
Yep.
Not a lover of mayonnaise as much. He'll do
I'll
it.
dabble in mayonnaise. You can't have a whole lot of it.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna let some more guy myself.
are you mayonnaise guy or no?
I'll eat mayonnaise, but like I don't go out of my way. If mayonnaise is on something, I'll put it on. I don't add mayonnaise to things generally.
I love mayonnaise and French fries. I love mayonnaise.
You like mayonnaise and ketchup and French fries.
I love mayonnaise and corn. I love mayonnaise and
How do
vegetables.
you put mayonnaise in Monster?
And so then that's a good way to bring it back, Pat. You're just the color guy over here. So I sent out a snap today of a bottle mix of mayonnaise Monster, and I was like, this can't be real.
And my quote was, "I hope it's not real." Was my quote.
Joe, the sweetheart that he is, takes the time to go research it. Stops work. He's like, forget work.
I'm
This
not
is more
gonna lie.
important.
You sent this photo, and I stared at it for like a couple minutes, and I was like, I would constantly look back at this, and I was like, a Monster mayo.
Yeah.
Gets you jacked
It
up.
was,
and
it was
smooth
called
it.
like
Can I
Yeah.
there was one other clip of it where it got a little suspicious, but it was also like, it started with Oreo mayo, and I was like, well, I guess that could
Okay,
be
But
like,
what
how
flavor
does it-
Monster is it? That was never discussed.
Well,
this
it's
is
a green.
just the
It had to be the
standard
green
green.
one.
Yeah,
I think it was a green color inside.
I went down a rabbit hole as I like looked this up.
This
so
is my
like
guy here.
I-
My
I-
research team right here.
and what made it what you Google this like Monster mayo, and they have these. They have a whole like line of these like weird mayonnaise flavors where they have like ketchup and mayo. I mean that's not
That's
weird.
not
but,
that weird, yeah.
but what I mean is like it's an offshoot. Weird is the
yeah.
wrong word, but they
Yeah.
have like mayo. They have
They have,
sriracha
like, mayo and-
and
yes.
mayo.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
mayo.
I was
You
just
know
about to say that.
they have this line of them, and so I Google this, and the first video
And
the
only
video
Monsters
pops
like
up.
mayo and sriracha.
And it's from a guy in the UK. And I'm like, okay, so maybe it's like a UK thing. Like maybe I'm gonna have to.
No.
maybe
Maybe I'm gonna have
Cadbury
to,
and
like,
mayo.
listen. I got family in Europe. We're gonna special order this bitch and get some over.
This is the work he went into this.
I legit, Chris, you have no
5
idea.
hours of Joe's life today.
Chris, if this was real,
You were getting cases.
I was about
I
to
was
ice
terrified.
you like I iced Pat Lynch with the Bud Light seltzers. I was gonna buy you cases for Christmas.
I was gonna cry because Peter literally
Pallet,
said that.
whole
I'm like,
pallet.
it's like it's real. I'm like, God help us all.
I
please.
was about. You
I
have
said I
no
hope
idea. You have no idea.
So Joe sent me that. He's like, he sent me this. I'm like, I kind of forgot what I sent to Joe because, and then he got this huge paragraph, and I'm like, oh my god. So I read it, and he's like, but if it was real, we were gonna make this Pat Lynch's seltzers for Chris.
Yeah. Oh,
And
100%.
I'm in the doctor's office.
Well, thank you for not being real.
I was in the doctor's office. The doctor's office is completely quiet as all can be, and I gave it one of those, when
Chuckles?
one of those chuckles. Like I was dying, and you can hear people kind of like, what is this
You
guy
have
doing?"
no idea. I was.
Why is
I
he
was.
enjoying accounting so much?
I was gonna start hitting up like cousins, aunts, uncles. If this was a UK thing, I was gonna hit him up and be like, "Listen, I will Venmo you. I'll
I'd have
send you
cried.
money.
I would've
Send
cried.
me like a case of them, please." But sadly, it was a
This is
doctored
yeah,
photo.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God.
Thank
Okay,
you, Lord.
for all that, for funny, it was
Sweet baby
hilarious.
Jesus.
Do you want to try this? That's not bad.
I would've been fucking
That's like
terrified.
Sammy Adams, though.
It's nothing good. It's nothing
Yeah.
It's,
special.
yeah, I mean, it's
It's fine, but
it's not bad by
No.
any means.
Is there
But
anything that
it-
will make you want to drink more of those?
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Yeah.
I actually like the Oktoberfest more
Yes,
than I like
this is
one,
good.
yeah.
I actually like that.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so where do we want to start?
The Milk Crate Challenge.
Dude.
Oh, you want to start with the
I
milk
don't know what the hell this is.
crate? Well, okay, but this is gonna. This is a grandma. This is turns into a grandma gear, by the way.
Well,
So-
the great.
I'm sorry. Of what idea?
No,
Grind
this
my
grinds
gears.
This grinds
Oh,
my gears.
grind my
Peter
gears.
McGraw,
Oh, okay.
grind
I thought
my
I heard you
gears.
say
This
this is a great
is
idea, and I was like, I am
stupid.
not doing this.
No, this is this.
I
This
wanna
is what.
try it, though.
Yeah, me too a little bit. But this is what America's all about.
Planking 2.0 here.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, this is what America's all about. This is the dumbest effing thing in the entire world. These people walk, so they make a pyramid up of milk crates.
It
Okay,
starts with
no,
one
okay.
crate, then 2, then 3, then 4, and I think it goes up to like 8 or 9,
Yeah.
and then it goes down.
And
Like
nobody I've only seen like maybe one person, like 1 or 2 people
I've
actually do
seen
it.
one person who made it.
Most people fall straight down on their face.
I've seen multiple people land like on their side, and then it just looks like their body breaks in half.
Yes.
Like that's
Wait,
basically.
they're trying to walk up the milk crates.
Yeah.
So they're trying to walk up.
So think about like milk crates stacked on each
Yeah,
other.
exactly.
I don't get why it's so. Listen, I'm not saying people who can't do it are
We're
not.
gonna suck you up here in the base in the backyard. We'll get you.
I understand because they're not.
Also, where are they getting these milk crates?
That's what, you know what I was just thinking that too. Like we're.
Are they robbing
That's why
overprices?
people
Like,
are falling.
where
No,
are
you know,
getting
that's why people
all
are
your
falling
data
so
from?
much.
Huh.
You can literally go, like Jewel will put them in the back of their area and they stack them up because the milk crate companies will come and pick them up from there.
Oh, okay.
That's why
Now
you
people running up on Chris. They ain't stacking them in the moat.
No.
But here's the thing.
They need to bring back the Tide Pod Challenge and knock these idiots out.
This
But
is
the
along
most
the
of these people
same
are
line.
knocking themselves out. Like, and you see the injuries that some of these people are, and a lot of women are doing it.
Also,
and
you see people that are like getting on there, and you look at them, you're like, you probably can't climb a regular flight of stairs. You should climb
I
this.
mean, it is devastation.
it's insane. But so where this turns into a grind my gear, Chris, is this is all over the news and media right now.
Oh, really?
legit? Who are telling you
I've
not to
only
do it?
seen it on the
They're saying
internet. I
that
mean, I
so
don't.
more people want to do it as a result of that.
Yeah.
Clearly, I don't watch the news, so I haven't seen it there.
That's
But
why the
I-
segment, Joe. It's
Yeah.
a segment.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
Check
is
it out, Pat.
ridiculous.
So
Checks out.
they're talking about this, and I don't know about you guys, and I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot of the actual primetime news, but 13 U.S. servicemen and women died.
And 60 Afghans.
And yes,
Afghanistan.
you're absolutely right. I
Is
shouldn't
it Afghans or Afghanistanians?
I think it's
Afghans.
Afghans.
Okay, we're going to Afghanistan.
Died on Thursday because of an ISIS bomb. No one's talking about
What
it.
is an ISIS K, by the way? It's like K in the end.
Yeah, I thought-
What does the
I
K
did.
mean?
No idea, Pat.
I
I don't
don't
watch
either.
the news. So.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
We'll have to move on.
That's for next week. We'll
But that
figure out
just,
the
it
K
makes me
means.
so mad. Like, and we had one of our partners and boss, old boss for these guys, and he wants to. And today he came downstairs and he's trying to give me this Joe Biden this and Harris this shenanigans, and I'm like, why are we talking about this? Like, why are we politicizing what's going on in Afghanistan?
Well, it puts on everything.
No,
Yeah,
sure,
it's
yeah,
politicized.
you're right.
Everything's politicized.
You're right, but it
Vaccinated.
just makes me so aggravated. Like,
This
why
is-
are we not? These are 13 heroes who are there trying to get Americans and Afghans out of the country, and we're just. I just felt like it was like. But we want to talk about the milk crate challenge,
I'm gonna.
and I get that's so old manish, but God, did it piss me off.
Guys, we got
I'm gonna-
milk crates outside. We're going to do this.
I'm gonna ride this wave
Fuck,
with
we
you.
are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride this wave with you because
first.
I mean, all you hear is people trying to point fingers. I mean, you can take this back to George Bush. George Bush basically launched this crusade. We've had Democrats and Republicans in office since George Bush, right? Obama was there, and then Trump started taking him out. He was the one that initiated this, and now people are trying to blame Biden.
Do you want to go back farther than that even?
Oh yeah, we could.
We've
we
had
could.
Yeah, we're not-
multiple
we
regimes, but you ain't doing shit in this country.
And they're
that's
telling you
exactly-
they were doing shit. John
That's-
Oliver did something on this, and they were telling us they were doing something.
Russian, French, nobody's getting through there. It
Yeah.
ain't working. Everybody's like, we're out. It's some
Rocket, the second Rambo or the third Rambo.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up.
Yep.
They literally
Nobody wins there.
memorialize them. They're like, for the freedom fighters in this country doing this like great thing because of this oppression. It's like what grinds my gears is that you can't blame a president for this because it's been multiple. Like you have
Nobody
to.
wins this shit.
I hate this like finger pointing
Yes.
shit that everybody does.
And
We've had 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats. Nobody won.
Like, dude,
Joe, it's
And-
all
and-
your goddamn fault.
And okay,
It
so
is.
we'll get off it. But thank you. I'm glad that some people, instead of the finger pointing, can we just, for the love of God, can we get together on something? Like
Nope.
this is terrible.
Nope.
But
I
whatever. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's. Well, we're gonna
Okay,
go away
so
from that.
that's-
You guys want to hear a funny story then?
Yes.
A good
Please.
funny
Yep.
news story that I'm sure Joe didn't hear. A Michigan couple has to pay their son $30,000 for throwing out all his porn.
$30,000.
14, 15,
How much
15
porn?
Has he now bought an internet subscription? Man,
Wait, okay,
how much
but
porn does this good buy?
15,000 went to his legal fees, but so he got 15,000. So that's what I'm saying. So when Max sent us that GIF about the guy who's who
The OnlyFans.
OnlyFans stimulus was like he cut $17,000. I'm gonna be like, guys, there's more than enough.
How much is like an annual porn subscription? It gave me more like a couple
OnlyFans,
$100.
everybody's getting all hot and bothered. I'm like, guys, there are millions.
You made a great point, which
Dude, he had a fleshlight signed by somebody. Some
this guy who
no idea.
Well, he had videos. He had they were
Vintage porn that was worth money.
She died 20 years ago and she can't make new videos.
The best part is in his email when his son was getting all pissed. The only line they took from the email was from his dad. He's like, "I just did you a favor, you idiot." And it's like, yeah, he got divorced, so he moved in with his parents, brought his $15,000 collection of porn to his family's house. He moved to Indiana.
How is that valued? How do you value the porn?
Oh, they actually have a website that valued it for him.
Really?
Oh yeah. So and then he moved to.
he took it to GameStop.
He took it to.
That is the most fascinating part of this whole conversation.
He moved
What
to
website?
Indiana.
Joe, find the website. That
I think it's
values
like
porn, please.
I don't know, but they moved it. He moved to Indiana and left it there. And his mom and dad were like, "I don't want like our friends to come over and see like."
I don't want your big box of porn, Peter.
Okay, so next one is I think Joel liked this one because you've told me.
I
this
like
story.
that last one. That was a good.
You told me a
That's
funny
awesome.
or not a funny story. Something that used to make you mad when you worked at Einstein Bagels.
Yeah,
is they
small
used to-
artisan shop,
Yes,
bakery.
they used to.
I joke.
Artisan shop. We only dealt in the finest of baked
I
goods.
They got a special sauce for Joe.
I
Keely.
legitimately, when I was in, I don't know where I was, Arizona, like a year ago. I was like, oh, I worked at Einstein Bagels. I was talking to Sarah and I go, oh yeah, I used to work at that place. I didn't know it was like this nationwide thing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had never heard of Einstein Bagels until I worked there when I was in high school.
So you were a franchisee of a franchisee.
Yeah, and I have never lived that down. She gives me so much shit. She goes, "Oh, Einstein Bagels, a small artesian bakery, that you worked at a real high class joint, huh?" I was like, "I didn't know it was nationwide, all right?" Also, to come back to the porn thing.
To come back to the porn.
Yeah. The just a quick little note on that. When I was 12 years old, my dad took me to J.J. Pepper's to buy my first, he bought me a Playboy.
Can we put pin on this and like where are we at time wise?
We're at 1 hour and 1 minute.
Okay, I want to put this is a teaser.
Okay.
This is a hell of a story.
Yep.
Because we're gonna
come back next week for this
Yep.
one.
Save it. Let's go to the next
so
one.
can we go back to when you were at Einstein and you worked in Park Ridge, Illinois, which is a tight, butt tight
Very,
suburb.
very,
They used to
yeah.
chalk your tire, right?
Oh, I fucked it. Dude, I must have paid well over $1,000
If you were in Michigan,
parking
What
tickets.
do we talk? What do you mean? Like you
So
moved?
you
Yes.
can only get so much time, but I mean it was so busy.
Oh, so
If-
like a 2-hour thing they chalk your tires?
Yes.
And one time I went to court and there was a judge from out of the county or something like that, and he goes, "How many people got this whole tire chalk thing? Like moved your car a block or around the corner, and they still gave you a ticket." Everybody raised their hand. He goes, "All right, you're all dismissed. This is ridiculous."
So wait,
That's not Chicago thing.
they would
He goes,
chalk.
"Come up."
Can we get to the point of the? Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry.
Okay.
So
You
they
want-
chalk.
sorry.
They chalk your tire so that they know if you moved your car or not.
Exactly.
Okay,
But
that's
it was,
all I want
it
to
was
know.
a terrible
In
strategy.
Chicago, they don't
because-
give a shit. They're like, if you know you're paying, it's fine.
Yeah, but Chicago Park Ridge, like
Yeah,
your
Park
money
Ridge is butt tight.
revenue.
Oh,
about your
Chicago's
car.
gonna
But
take you
if you were
to-
in Michigan, Joe, that's been ruled unconstitutional. They cannot do that, and I don't understand it exactly, but
Way
it's
to go,
called
Michigan.
it's called an unreasonable search.
I would imagine it had something to do with the fact that they're marking physical property or touching physical property.
It's an unreasonable search, so they're saying that you don't have a warrant to search that to mark your car.
But here's
Yes.
the thing, like when you
It's
see
like
you're
a
going to see a
property
couple
thing.
challenges.
when you park at one of these like park things, like they don't tell you. They say your max time is 2 hours, but they don't say you cannot renew. Like you can't. Like they don't.
This
it
is
does
different.
specify,
Like
yeah.
it's not a park. You're not paying for parking. They don't want you. This is a downtown area. They don't want you sitting there for 7 hours.
Yeah.
Because then nobody can come in and come out. So
This
businesses
is
can't
Michigan?
make. No, in Park Ridge.
Tell me some
They,
goddamn Ubers.
it's a downtown area.
Wait, this specifically happened in Park Ridge?
No, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
What Joe was at, or Pat's asking is, well, if you pay for parking, why does it matter?
Oh,
to tourists? No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
it's a 30-minute park. It's not. You're not paying for anything. They want you to move, and if you don't
Yeah.
move, they're going to hit you with it.
Yeah.
You'll see signs in Chicago where it's like you can park here for 2 hours, max 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like, but how do you really control that?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. There's nobody coming around marketing.
Exactly.
And then what they want is they want free flowing.
Although
business.
fun fact, but this might be relevant to you, Joe, is that by the Tony's Finer Foods over there, Joe, I've dropped the last 5 days, and there's the same lady is out there, and she is giving tickets at fucking 8 a.m. on the dot.
At Tony's?
Across in that area, wherever is parking over that area, she is on the dot at 8 a.m. giving them tickets out.
Making her money. Okay, and then this is the last. I thought this was kind of weird and funny, and I'm sure Joe did not hear this, but in Antwerp, there's a zoo in Antwerp, and there's a woman.
Antwerp? Where's that?
Netherlands?
I didn't look it up.
Oh, this is like a different country?
I believe it's the
Chris, look it
Netherlands,
up real
correct?
quick.
Antwerp.
Zoo.
Denmark or Netherlands, I believe it is.
But in the zoo, there's a woman who comes there. I think she works at the zoo.
I think I heard this.
And in the article, this is what clickbaiting is all about.
Yeah.
The article says the zoo has asked this woman.
The first thing that comes up is this: Antwerp Zoo says woman who had a affair with chimp has to stay away from his health.
I saw that.
So,
I saw that.
just to say
It's
it
in
again.
Belgium. It's in Belgium.
So in Belgium, there's a zoo, and a lady is hanging out with they call it an affair, but this lady's just hanging out with this chimp. And then the zoo's like, hey, yo, like, this chimp likes you way too much, lady. Like, he's, like, showing you the red rocket too much. Like, you got to stop.
Throwing some feces at other
Yes.
guys, like showing off a little bit.
Yeah, it's, you got to stop hanging out with this monkey. And then the lady's like, I'm lonely, and we're
Nothing-
friends, and he
hey.
loves me. And it's like, nah, you're making this weird, lady.
You got 3
Just,
fingers, it's all
man,
good.
We're nothing but mammals.
yes.
Nothing but mammals.
He's going like this to her.
When you read that title, though, you're like, wait, whoa, hold up.
But
Hold up.
the weird...
That's like a Monday morning. You're on Yahoo and you're like, this article sucks. This whoa, that's the article right there. Click.
This lady, to understand this, because I again didn't hear this, but
Sorry, yep.
this lady
Works at the zoo, I believe.
at the zoo, and the zoo, someone in management.
as a family of chimpanzees, and this lady has created a weird bond with, not a weird.
But was it the zoo who said no more?
Yes.
And she's like, no, I have a relationship with them.
Well, she's upset.
Or did she get weird with it?
No, they've asked her, like, they didn't fire her. They didn't say she can come to the zoo. They said, hey,
Can't work with the chimps anymore.
like, this chimp needs.
We're throwing you with the
yes.
sharks.
It's kind of like the chimp's in like jail, and she's on the other side of the glass, and she exposes her
Is
bad
the chimp
breast to the
sad?
chimp, and they're like, "That's not cool, dog."
Is
That's-
the chip sad?
You know what though?
Because a chimp is not bond. Like, they're trying to make a family with all these chimps.
And he wants a white woman.
Oh, but he wants the lady.
He doesn't want to do anything but see this lady. And so they're like, yo,
He wants a lot of this.
And like, what if this lady just randomly dies? Like, this guy needs to get in the family, and they need to be.
This is like the lady who was giving hand jobs to the dolphin.
Yes. Yeah.
Man,
They thought they could, like, this lady could connect with the dolphin,
world
and
is
the
a
dolphin's like,
strange place.
I have another local news story.
Okay, hit me.
Is it an upper or downer?
It's kind of a.
I do have one to die. I have one I thought was pretty cool.
It's
that's
neither
on the
really.
Netherlands.
It's kind of just
Okay,
a story.
all right, let's hear it.
Just say it, baby.
So did either of you hear that Sir Kanye West had a
Oh, I don't.
listening
Kanye
party
West,
last
I
I saw
night
it. Yeah, I saw.
where
it
he
today.
showed up like usual an hour and a half late?
No,
Probably
it was
charged
2 hours,
them
wasn't it?
a ridiculous. He set himself on fire
Yep.
in the solar field, built a replica house of his grandmother's house, and then remarried Kim Kardashian or something like that.
Wait,
Like,
remarried her?
but they weren't really remarried or whatever.
Yeah,
But I
do
thought
you
they got
understand who we
divorced.
had there too? So we need to talk
Marilyn
about
Manson and
I heard
the
that
baby.
one.
When are we gonna not talk? When are we gonna talk about Kim or Kanye is crazy? He's gone. Like, if you did this, Joe, you'd be in a loony bin.
He set himself on fire and like walked around stage. Like he obviously had a flame suit on. He wasn't
Yeah.
like an idiot.
Yeah.
He's clearly has. I agree, Peter lost his.
Do you
mind.
think though? He's trying to take in like a practice that Trump made very
He
popular
did-
of just going to this extreme?
He
to
did
be
something
like
And one thing I noticed about he did a similar listening party in Atlanta where he charged like the concessions were like if you want like a chicken finger basket it was like $30 like the prices of stuff to go there were like unbelievably high.
that's wild. The only thing I heard is that Marilyn Manson was there. I didn't know anything about
That's
it.
insane.
And the guy that doesn't like the gays, the rapper.
Yeah, the baby.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
baby.
whoever that is.
So was this like one of his Sunday service? Like,
No, this was-
listening party.
this
So he's
was
not even
a-
performing. You're playing.
So-
he's pushing play on his album and doing all this weird
It's
shit.
an album listening. I forget the
Party.
words they
That's
use.
it. Album listening party is correct, Joe. That's correct.
No, but they call it something a little more extravagant. It's like an album release something.
Yeah.
And it's named after his mom. So it's like the
It's called
Donda.
Donda or something. Like that.
His mom's name is Donda, or maybe that's her name.
So wait, people actually paid to go to this.
And they paid a ton of money to go to it,
It was all of Soldier Field.
and then they paid a shit ton of money for any concessions you want to get there.
Yeah.
I literally when I read this, I'm like, when are we gonna stop pretending Kanye is not
Jesus.
absolutely out of his mind? Like he's gonna either hurt himself, he's gonna set up.
I used to really like his music.
Yeah,
I haven't heard any of his more recent stuff. I've kind of
Joe,
lost
if you
out
would
on,
have gone
but-
last night, you could have listened to Donda in full.
Dude, they were. I would listen to it on the radio. They were getting tickets. They were sending tickets out. All I had to do was call in.
All right, and then this has been a wild one, guys. Let's end it on a fun note. Like not a fun note. This
Debbie Downer note, like we
no.
normally do.
So
If you want to talk about the
I'll start
starving
with-
children in Africa,
I'll talk about how I thought this was really cool. But first of all, it's an immigrant who wants to be an entrepreneur in America. His mom came from Cuba, and he's taken that and he's like, I want to do something better for the world. And I like that. Like I feel like a lot of people are trying to do that. Like trying to figure out things that we need, like bricks, we need wood, we need steel. Like what are alternatives?
tax and services.
There you go. But like, how do you like what alternative services or alternative like things that are not harmful? Because
Alternative sources
yes.
to
because so and this guy was looking at wood and he's like, geez, like we're really like we're messing up the Amazon forest like really bad.
Yeah.
And because there's a very exotic wood there, and so he was like, I'm gonna fix that problem. And this kid, I don't know how he did. They don't go into the specifics or whatever, but he has taken a process where he's taking kombucha waste,
What is that?
probiotic drinks.
Yes.
Kombucha.
Oh, kombucha.
Kombucha.
Okay.
I like kombucha.
Kombucha.
I don't know whatever you said, but it wasn't
I'm
the
sorry,
second
maybe
one.
I'm mispronouncing it.
Wait,
Yeah.
say it again, Joe.
Kombucha?
So he's taking that waste and mixing it with the enzyme that comes from like lumber. Like
Is this the waste from when they produce it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and he's taking that and he's mixing it with enzymes from like the wood enzymes that that they need that like make it sturdy or whatever. I don't know. It's a whole science thing, but they mix that with that. Then they dry it, and then they cut it and smash it into like 2x4s and stuff. Yes.
Yeah.
And they
Charge you $15 a board.
no. So and then they've given it to a lot of like artisans and like people who use this wood to make tables and stuff and whatever. And they're like they can't tell the difference.
Oh, really?
What are they charging?
That's
an
really
extra
cool.
rate for their art? So their artisan tables and shit.
Well, yes. Well, so like when they're taking stuff from the Amazon, those are like much more expensive.
I know.
So, but we don't have to cut down the Amazon. We can use this wood, and it looks like you couldn't tell like in the lineup. You couldn't tell the difference between any of them.
Can still charge that premium dollar.
Absolutely, but now you're making more money. But so all I'm thinking is this is like there's a lot of great stories out there in the
That's
world.
really
right now.
awesome.
But I thought I was like, man, because this is one of those things like you keep hearing about the Amazon and those guys are not like the tribes out there are getting.
Well, so the government doesn't have a regulation on it. They're like, tear it all down.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay,
How
so
much
that's
money-
where we bring it down. See, we could have left it on the high note.
Damn it, Pat.
We just left it. We could have just left it on the high note.
Pat, shut the fuck up. The man invented wood.
Hey, Brazil is not my. I'm not
Invented
I can't
wood
Brazil,
again.
Yeah, the man reinvented the wood.
The wood.
The wood.
The wood. Bye.